My name is Uju Uzojinaka. I'm a wife and a mother to 4 awesome children. Having worked in various Nigerian banks for 9 years plus, I joined my family business where we were importing and selling various construction finishing products like tiles, sanitary, electricals, light fittings, and all of that. 10 years down the line, I enrolled in the China Europe International Business School for the Global Executive MBA in 2016. By the way, I'm the class president of the Zurich Gemba 2016. 2016, early 2017 was a time when the Nigerian government put FX control, dollar was scarce, and we couldn't pay for some of our imports from China. I needed a currency swap, but I got someone who wanted granules from Nigeria, and I felt because Nigeria is a big grower of granules, it was very easy. They promised to help pay my invoices in China, and so I signed a deal with them. Unfortunately, I didn't know where to find large deposits of granules, and we lost the deal. A few days down the line, I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't believe that I could let that business slip through my fingers. That night, I couldn't believe also that there is no platform where anyone could see products originating from Africa. Because if I, a Nigerian, couldn't find where to buy granules to supply to India, how were other buyers from China, from India, from everywhere finding products? That night, I took a resolve after reading about Mr. Jack Ma and feeling his frustration when he couldn't find Chinese beer on the internet. That night, I took that resolve to build that platform and to build it urgently. Because if not me, who? If not now, when? So immediately, I started the work, and I had three things that were very important to me. One, that it be Pan-African. Two, that I wasn't going to own anything. It was going to be a platform. The only thing I was going to own was a tech team. And we got to work. And a few months down the line, on September 1, 2017, in Accra, the Traders of Africa platform was launched. And having launched the platform, you would think it was okay, everything would go on fine. But no, we realized that though buyers and sellers meet on the platform, trade was not occurring. Even though we had escrow verification, escrow in conjunction with EcoBank Transnational, trade was still not occurring because of two key issues: trust and payment terms. Of course, there's a great distrust between buyers and sellers, even when buyers and sellers are Africans. Also, why most sellers want to sell in cash, most suppliers, most buyers want to pay via various payment terms like LCs, DPs, CAD. So we got to work again and created two solutions. One, a source pro unit through which we are buyers to sellers and sellers to buyers, still without keeping any content, and have amassed a web of field agents all over the continent where we supply from. We also build a Pan-African digital platform for funding and investing in African trade. It's called AfricanTradeInvest.com, ATI. So suppliers of African products who have confirmed orders could get funding, while these funding requests are broken down into units and offered to individuals, groups all over the world to invest in and earn a share of profit. When I think about ATI, one word comes to my mind. In order to facilitate and ensure that trade works in Africa, you see, some give by going, some go by giving. That's the way I explain it most times. Having put all of that into play, you will think that things will be rosy, everything will go on fine. But no, challenges were all over the place, ranging from credibility issues, trust of us, the young people running the platform. A lot of people were thinking, are they genuine? Are they going to do what they say they were going to do? From the buyers, from the suppliers, even for us in TOFA, being able to get credible staff to work with us to ensure that these goals are met were issues we had. In fact, I remember when we started, we had to, after spending a lot of money bringing every of the TOFA staff from the 5 countries where we were working from at that time to Nigeria for a retreat. 2 days after the retreat, we've had to ask people to go because they were making demands that we couldn't afford. Being a startup, people didn't understand how it means to build a micro multinational, to build a startup from the ground. So most importantly for me as a person, it was also difficult to adjust to the work-life family balance. Sometimes I was all over the place, moving from Kenya to Cameroon. How was the family faring? How am I going to put the family together and ensure that things continue to work, to still be present in the children's life, attend the PTA meetings, and ensure that their lives are not disrupted in the midst of doing all of that. So they were all challenges that I had to surmount. And I believe, especially the family part, I had to make sure that they were kept well, else the business wasn't going to work. Where are we now? So we have the TOFA platform, okay, the Pan-African online marketplace for products grown, produced, or manufactured in Africa only. We also have the offline part of the platform. It's called the Source Pro unit, through which we are buyers to sellers and sellers to buyers. Still without keeping any content, of course. And then we have the African Trade Invest platform, which is a platform that oils the whole trade process. This is the state, the ecosystem of TOFA today. The way forward, we need to conquer Africa. Presently, we are in about 15 African countries, but there are 54 countries in Africa. So we need to be available in those 54 countries through partnerships. This is one of the key learnings I took from my stint with the Alibaba Group when I was invited for the E-Founders Fellowship in 2019. By the way, I am the co-chair for the Alibaba E-Founders Fellow in Nigeria. So I realized that partnership is the way to move because collaboration is king. So through partnership, I intend that TOFA would be in the 54 African countries, facilitating trade through visibility, funding, advisory, ensuring that anything that will inhibit trade with or within Africa will be resolved. Also, we need to build a threefold credibility on the part of our suppliers, our buyers, and of course, the investors to ensure that everybody continues to key into the TOFA dream. Talking about partnership, I've mentioned the E-Founders Fellowship and my partnership with the Alibaba Group, and of course the UNCTAD, because the E-Founders Fellowship is being organized by the Alibaba Global Initiative and the UNCTAD. Also, we got in and won the EWC final for Nigeria, and that the partnership that comes with the EWC is out of this world. And just last year, we won the Entrepreneurship Sports Generation. We came second place. ESG is very dear to my heart. They're a flagship entrepreneurship initiative of the Global Education and Leadership Foundation. It is a global Spotify entrepreneurship tournament seeking to provide the most promising startups with a platform to unleash their potential and achieve global scale, addressing the UN SDGs and aiming to solve the job crisis through conscious entrepreneurship. In its pilot year, ESG 2020 saw over 300,000 applications from all over the world, with more than $300 million winnings and reward. It is from these 300,000 plus applications that we came second place. Amazing. So for me personally, what's the way forward for me? I want to be the best mother and the best wife ever. That's very deep for me. I want to be a motivating factor for other African women so that they can see Uju, having seen all the problems we've encountered for us to get to where we are, to know that whatever you're going through right now is only but a phase and a stepping stone for you to keep climbing. I want to believe that people would see how resilient we have been in building TOFA, and that will motivate people to continue to show up. Most importantly, I want to give back. A lot of people have touched my life. A lot of people have touched TOFA. TOFA wouldn't have grown without all the buyers, all the suppliers, all the investors who saw it fit to give us a chance. So I want to be in a position where I also give other people chances. I also impact in other people. Though it's not yet Uhuru, but in our own little way, we'll be able to leave our own mark on the sands of time. Thank you.